PNC News First is presented by the Bank of Guam, the People's Bank. Pizza Hut, we're taking pizza to where it's never been before. Taco Bell, the only place where you live Moss. Colgate, the #1 brand recommended by dentists. And IT&D.
PNC News First, broadcasting live in high definition from Tumon, Guam, on KEQI and KTGM, and on KPPI on Saipan. Here is your PNC News team.
Hafa and good evening. You're watching PNC News First. We are live from the Broadcast Center at Akanta. I'm Jolene Tovis. Thanks for tuning in on this Veteran Day holiday. Topping our newscast tonight, what began as horseplay appears to have turned deadly as the victim in last Thursday's stabbing has died. Here's more on the report.
Tamuning Mayor Luis Rivera told the Pacific News Center that she was informed that the victim, Stanley Solik, has passed away. Solik suffered a puncture wound to his lower extremities, according to GFD spokesman Kevin Riley, who also stated that medics responded to Sergeant David Camacho Street for the call.
As for, the stabbing that's going on, to my understanding that both individuals were drunk. We don't know what the cause of it was, but they were both family members.
Court documents say that the accused, Rusty Rizal, arrived at the victim's Tamuning apartment in a highly intoxicated state, and that the two men began playing with a machete when police say Rizal stabbed the victim's left leg. A witness told police that the victim identified Rizal as the perpetrator and that he was seen concealing the bloody jersey he was wearing with another jersey. Police say they found Rizal a mile from the victim's apartment and that he did not know where the blood came from, further telling police that he had consumed over a case of beer. The Tamuning mayor says she has reached out to the family of the victim but has not been able to contact them. She is hopeful to make contact this week. But news of the stabbing death has raised public safety concerns by the mayor.
That area close by on that street, there's a store there, of course, and then a bar, so even like with me monitoring the bus stop in the morning, I see individuals walking by in the morning with beer, passing, I worry about the kids going to and from that bus stop and just, that area.
The area where the stabbing occurred is frequented by pedestrians, and according to the mayor, residents in the area have reported trespassing.
After they've been drinking, they're drunk already, and going into properties and taking fruit.
Rizal was initially arrested on aggravated assault with the special allegation of use of a deadly weapon, but that charge may now be upgraded to murder. In other news, the Department of Public Health has identified another case of locally acquired dengue fever, raising the total number of locally acquired cases on Guam to 12. This latest case was confirmed late Friday after the patient was interviewed by public health officials. The announcement was made in a news release issued yesterday. 7 other cases of dengue fever acquired off-island have also been reported, which adds up to a total of 19 cases on Guam. Public Health did not say whether the infected person was a man, woman, or child, nor did they disclose what village the person lives in. Public Health is continuing its efforts to curb the spread of the disease by spraying insecticides where the locally acquired cases have occurred, and reminding the public to eliminate mosquito breeding grounds by emptying all containers on their properties that may hold water where mosquitoes tend to breed. The dengue virus can only be transmitted to humans by the bite of an infected mosquito. It cannot spread directly from person to person. In other news, veterans, family, and active duty service members were brought together today to commemorate the sacrifices made to protect us and our freedom. PNC's Amanda Dedicatoria has more.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming.
Hundreds of active duty service members, veterans organizations, and ROTC students gathered at the Ipao Beach Park in honor of Veterans Day to recognize those who have served, those who are serving, and those who will serve. At the ceremony, several veterans representing various organizations and villages were recognized by the island's government and military officials for their outstanding service to the community. In addition, they also recounted the importance of this day, commemorating those who chose to put on the uniform.
In particular, on the island of Guam, who knows what it is to actually sacrifice for freedom? You all have seen what war brings and what can come out of it. You know what it takes to actually be free and the cost of that.
While recognizing the importance of the island's veterans, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero stressed her administration's pledge to ensure a great quality of life for those who have served.
Josh and I and our administration will pledge to continue to work with the federal government and our local Veterans Affairs Office to make sure that our veterans receive every benefit to which you are entitled because of your service and your sacrifice.
But none of these remarks would be warranted without those who chose to serve. An example being Juan Kitichai, a decorated veteran who has never missed paying tribute to those who served with him during the Vietnam War.
It's very important to honor us today. Even the people that right now in some place here elsewhere, they're fighting right now.
Amanda Dedicatoria, PNC News First.
Island veterans were honored at a number of locations today by various organizations who made the time to say thank you to our service members in a number of different ways. PNC's Kevin Kerrigan with more in this report.
Exactly where we're going to post road guards at and which intersections. Okay? GPD should help us out.
The celebration of Veterans Day got off to an early start at the Paseo this morning, where members of the Guam Hogs and other motorcycle clubs gathered for the 10th annual Wounded Warrior Ride. Guam Hogs President Roland Atta said their fundraising efforts this year have raised close to $10,000 for the island's veterans organizations.
This is Guam Wounded Warriors Ride, and all the money that we raise goes to the different veteran organizations here. So this year we have 7. We have both VFWs, 2917 and 1509. We have American Legion, VVA, the Vietnam Veterans of America. We have Iraq, Afghanistan, Persian Gulf Veterans of the Pacific.
GovGuam and federal offices were closed for this federal and local holiday, along with schools and many businesses, but many restaurants remained open and offered free or discounted meals to veterans and active duty service members. On K57's Patty in the Morning program today, Joint Region Commander Rear Admiral John Manoni said, Memorial Day is when we remember those who have fallen in battle, and Veterans Day is a day we celebrate service.
I'd like to not only ask people not to thank just the people wearing a uniform today, but anybody you see out there that has any sort of service to our country, military or not, give them a high five, a knuckle bump, a hug if they're a family member, and tell them thanks, because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be able to have these conversations.
And in Manilao this afternoon, a final ceremony honoring the veterans who served in the Vietnam War. Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News First.
First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all the
can look forward to some additional benefits starting next year, which have been authorized by the 2019 National Defense Authorization Act. According to a release, the NDAA authorizes privileges at the commissary, military service exchange, and other facilities for Purple Heart recipients, veterans with service-connected disabilities, and those who have been prisoners of war. A section of the law also allows eligible surviving spouses and other next of kin to obtain base benefits as well. Starting November 12th until December 12th, the U.S. Naval Base Guam Visitor Control Contractor Services Office will be providing pre-enrollment services on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. The office will be closed from 11 to 12 p.m. According to Rear Admiral John Manoni of the Joint Region Marianas, interested veterans would have to go through some steps to get the benefits.
The way the process will work is either they'll be approved through a Veterans Health Identification Card. They'll have to go register in the local biometric system that we all have to use. Or if they don't have that access, they'll have to request access through a letter to the Veterans Affairs Administration, I believe is what it's called.
Admiral Manoni says that upwards of 15,000 veterans are anticipated to apply, and those with questions about these services are encouraged to call the VCC at 339-6217. Well, service members from Guam are on active duty around the world this Veterans Day. The Guam National Guard shared with us some of their shout-outs, honoring their fellow brothers and sisters who have served.
My name is Second Lieutenant Mariano, currently deployed in Sinai, Egypt on a peacekeeping mission. I would like to say hello to my family and friends, and also like to thank our veterans for their service, both at home and abroad, and a Happy Veterans Day!
Winston Hoffady from the HHC 1st 294 Battalion from the Guam Army National Guard, currently deployed in Sinai, Egypt. We just want to wish our families, our friends, and our fellow veterans back home on Guam a Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day!
Today, I'm Airman Daga and Staff Sergeant Kuna, Attack Sergeant Walker. We are from the Guam Air National Guard, currently supporting the Southwest Border Mission. We would like to wish our family, friends, and fellow service members and the people of Guam Happy Veterans Day.
Viva! Today, we're from the Guam Air National Guard. I'm Airman First Class Carazolo.
I'm Airman Martinez.
I'm Senior Airman Modillo. I'm Staff Sergeant St. Nicholas.
And I'm Tech Sergeant Duenas.
We're here in Yuma, Arizona in support of the Southwest Border Mission. And we'd just like to wish our brothers and sisters and the whole island of Guam back home a very happy Veterans Day. Viva!
Viva!
Hafa from the Guam Air National Guard, currently supporting the Southwest Border Mission. I'm Master Sergeant Jacqueline Flynn.
I'm Master Sergeant James Santos.
And I'm Senior Master Sergeant Tony Ariola. We'd like to wish our families, friends, fellow service members a very happy Veterans Day.
Well, don't go away just yet. After the break, we'll look at DPW's new bus shelters, fun at the circus over the weekend, and more.